Hey guys, welcome to this video. In this video we will learn how to create a Salon static site and integrate web WhatsApp using React and Tailwind CSS. As you can see, this site is already deployed, so we can learn how to deploy it using Vercel. As you can see, Navbar on top with React scroll functionality. Then comes the banner. After that comes the About Us. Then our service with toggle functionality. Then comes the Contact Us and a footer. The site is fully responsive. As you can see, now we fill our details and it will redirect us to web WhatsApp. Let's fill our name, phone number, select multiple services, select date, select time, and let's click on confirm booking. So let's get started. Go to your VS Code, open Chrome, type white React, click on the first link, scroll down, copy this command and paste it in your terminal. Give project name, in my case it will be Beauty Salon. Package name will be same. Select framework React and variant JavaScript. Copy this line and paste it here. Copy this line and paste it here. It will install the node packages. Now let's install Tailwind CSS. Type tailwind CSS. Go to framework guide using white. Copy this line and paste it in your terminal. Now copy this line. We don't need app.css, delete it. Go to white.config.js and paste the line here. Then copy this line and paste it here. Then copy this import statement. Go to index.css and paste it here. Now copy this h1 tag. Go to app.js, type RAFCE and paste it here. Change class to class name. Remove strict mode from main.jsx. Now run our server by typing npm run dev. Change the title to Beauty Salon. Now let's check. Type local host. As you can see, the Tailwind CSS is installed successfully. Now let's create our first component folder. Let's create navbar.jsx. Type RAFCE and let's import. Let's close this and let's import navbar in app component. Let's import navbar. Let's go. Now as you can see, navbar is imported there. Now let's create our navbar. Give class name. It will be fixed. Width will be full. You can get these assets from the given link below. Now Z index will be 50. Transition all. Duration 500. Let's create BG. Let's type div, give class name, backtick, BG will be white, backdrop blur 2xl. Now let's define a state, that is const nav shadow comma set nav shadow is equal to use state false. After this, nav shadow present, then shadow will be xl, else shadow will be md. Type nav, give class name border b, border pink 400/20. Let's type div, give class name container mx auto, padding from x-axis will be 4, for medium screen padding from x-axis will be 6, padding from y-axis will be 4, flex item center, justify between, position will be relative. Now let's create logo. Let's type div, give class name flex item center, a span tag, then class name will be cursor pointer, text will be 2xl, for medium screen text will be 3xl, font will be bold, bg gradient to r from ping 500 to ping 600, pg clip text, then text will be transparent, font will be Poppins, then transition tracking title. Let's type beauty salon. Now as you can see, beauty salon is present here. Then let's create center desktop menu. Let's type div, give class name hidden, for medium screen it will be flex, position will be absolute, left will be 1/2, minus translate from x-axis will be 1/2, item center, space from x-axis will be 6, for larger screen space from x-axis will be 10. Now let's install React scroll. Let's copy this line and paste it in your terminal. Now restart the server. Now let's import link from React scroll. After this, let's create link to home. Spy is equal to true, smooth is equal to true. Class name will be flex, item center, cursor pointer, text gray 800, hover, text pink 700, transition all, duration will be 300, position will be relative, group, font will be Poppins. Then font will be medium, text will be base, for larger screen text will be LG. Here let's install React icons. Go to this and copy this command and paste it in your terminal. Restart the server. Now let's go back to React icons. Go here and type fi home. Let's copy this import statement and paste it here. Let's copy this and paste it here. Give class name will be mr1, for larger screen mr2. Type home. Create a span tag, give class name, app position will be absolute, minus bottom will be 1, left will be 0, width will be 0, height will be 2 pixel, bg pink 700, transition all, duration will be 300, group hover, width will be full. Now as you can see, it's present here. Now let's copy this link tag and paste it 2 times. Change home to about. Here change home to about. Here change home to services and this to services. Change the icon to FI user. Here change the icon to GI. Let's go and search for GI scissor. Now copy this import statement and paste it here. Now let's type GI scissor. Now as you can see, all 3 are present here. Now after this div, let's create book button. Let's type div, give class name, flex, item will be center, padding from space from x-axis will be 4, give div, then class name will be hidden, for medium screen it will be block. Type link to contact, spy is equal to true, smooth is equal to true. Then class name will be flex, item center, bg ping 400, hover, bg ping 600, text will be white, padding from x-axis will be 4, padding from y-axis will be 2, for larger screen padding from x-axis will be 6, rounded LG, hover, shadow will be LG, hover, scale 105, transition all, duration will be 300, cursor pointer, font will be Poppins, font will be semi bold, border pink 300, text will be SM. For larger screen, text will be base. Now let's type FI calendar, give class name MR1, for larger screen MR2. Let's type book now. Now as you can see, the button is present here. After this div, let's create mobile toggle. Let's type button. Let's define a state, that is const is menu open, comma set is menu open is equal to use state, define false. Now in button, give class name will be medium screen, it will be hidden, text gray 800, hover, text pink 700, transition colors, duration will be 300, padding will be 2, on click. Let's create an arrow function, set is menu open to not is menu open. Let's check is menu open, then FIX, size will be 28. Let's close this, else FI menu size will be 28. Let's close this. Now let's check. Now it's present here. Now after this div, let's create menu mobile. Let's check is menu mobile and let's pass div. Let's close this here. Give class name fixed, insert 0, z index will be 40, flex, item center, justify center, bg ping 200, /95, backdrop blur LG. Then create a button, give class name, position will be absolute, 2, top will be 4, right will be 4, text gray 800, hover, text pink 700, then transition colors, duration will be 300, padding will be 2. Let's type FIX, size will be 28. Let's type div, give class name, BG pink 100 /90, border pink 300 /20, rounded XL, shadow will be 2XL, padding will be 8. Space from Y axis will be 8, width will be 11/12, max width will be SM. Let's type link to home, spy is equal to true, smooth is equal to true. Then let's copy this and let's give class name will be flex column, item center, text gray 800, hover, text pink 700, transition all, duration will be 300, font will be Poppins, text will be Excel. On click, let's create an arrow function, set is mobile menu open to false. Then FI home, give class name to the icon, MB2, text will be 2XL. Let's type home. Now as you can see, home is present here. Now let's copy this link tag and paste it 2 times. Change home to about, here to about. Change the icon to FI user. Change here to services. This will be changed to services. And the icon will be changed to GI scissor. Now all the 3 are present here. Then let's copy this link and after there paste it here. Change to contact. Then close this. Give class name will be flex call, item will be center, BG pink 400, hover, BG pink 300, BG change it to 500, text will be white, padding from X axis will be 8, padding from Y axis will be 4, rounded will be XL, transition all, duration will be 300, font will be Poppins. Then font will be semi bold, text will be LG. On click, create an arrow function, set is menu open to false. Then let's type FI calendar, give class name MB2, text will be 2XL, type book appointment. Now as you can see, it's present here. Now let's create another component, that is banner.jsx. Let's type RAFCE. Let's import banner in app component. Let's close this here. Now let's create our banner. Give class name, ID will be home. Give class name, min height will be 80 VH. For medium screen, min height will be 90 VH. Flex, item center, justify center, text will be center, padding from X axis will be 4, position will be relative, overflow will be hidden. Now after this, style, Background will be linear gradient RGBA 0,0,0.6 RGBA 0,0,0.6 URL will be, let's import the image. Import banner image from assets slash, as you can see, Salon banner dot jpg. Let's type banner image. Now as you can see, the banner is present here. Now after this, put a comma and type background size will be cover and background position will be center. Now let's create div, give class name, max width will be 6 pixel, text will be white, z index will be 10, position will be relative, padding from x axis will be 4. Div, give class name, position will be absolute, minus bottom will be 1, will be 12, right will be minus 12, MD will be minus bottom 8, MD for medium screen right will be minus 8, text will be 4 pixel, for medium screen text will be 5 pixel, text embed 300/20, rotate 12. Let's pass the icon FA spa. Now let's go to React icon and type FA spa. Copy this import statement and paste it here. Now as you can see, the icon is present here. Now after this, let's create heading. Let's type h1 tag, give class name, text will be 4 pixel, for smaller screen text will be 5 pixel, for medium screen text will be 6 pixel, font will be bold, margin bottom will be 4, for medium screen it will be 6. Font will be grade plus wipes, BG gradient to R from ember 300, wire rows 4 300, 2 rows 500, BG clip text, text will be transparent, drop shadow will be 2 pixel, animate fade in. Now let's type the Royal Spa and Salon. Then after h1, let's create decorative divider. Let's create div and close the div right here. Give class name, width will be 48, for medium screen width will be 64, height will be 1, BG gradient to R from transparent via line 300 to transparent, MX auto, margin from y axis will be 6, for medium it will be 8, rounded full. Now as you can see, a divider here. Then let's create tagline. Let's type div, give class name, with space from y axis will be 4, for medium screen space from y axis will be 6, margin bottom will be 8, for medium it will be 12. Let's create paragraph tag, give class name, text will be 3 pixel, for smaller screen text will be 4 pixel, for medium screen text will be 5 pixel, for larger screen text will be 6 pixel, italic text ember 100, leading tight. Let's type experience beauty redefined. Now the text is here. Then let's create button. Let's create div, give class name, BG gradient to R from row 600, true amber 500, padding from x-axis will be 6, padding from y-axis will be 4, for medium it will be 10, and for y-axis it will be 5. Rounded full, text white, uppercase, font will be bold, tracking widest, hover, scale will be 105, transition transform, duration will be 300, hover, shadow will be 2 pixel, flex, item center, gap will be 2, for medium screen gap will be 3, MX auto, border 2, border amber 200, hover, border rows 200, group, text will be SM, for medium screen text will be base. Now let's pass FA, calendar alt, give class name, text will be Excel, for medium screen text will be 2 Excel, animate pulse, group hover, animate none. Let's type link. As you can see, link is imported here. Then to contact, smooth is equal to true. Let's close this. Let's type book your royal experience. Then here change this to 2, make it 6. Now it is responsive till now, as you can see. Now let's go, let's close this. Let's create another component, that is about.jsx. Let's type RAFCE. Let's go and import about in app.jsx. Let's create about. Remove this div, give type section, give ID will be about. Now let's go to GitHub. The link is given in the description. Go to Salon Beauty, go to SRC, go to components, go to about.jsx, copy this lines and paste it here. Then copy this dummy data and paste it here. Give class name, padding from y-axis will be 24, BG gradient to B, from rows 200, to ping 100, create div, give class name, container, MX will be auto, padding from x-axis will be 4, for larger screen it will be 8. Let's create div, give class name, grid calls 1, for larger screen grid calls 2, gap will be 12, item center. Let's create image section. Let's type div, give class name, position will be relative, group. Let's create div and close the div right here. Give class name, position will be absolute, insert 0, BG gradient to R, from ping 200, to rows 200, rounded will be 3 XL, then transform, rotate 2, group hover, rotate 3, transition all, duration will be 300. Now as you can see a background here. Then after this div, let's create another div, give class name, position will be relative, BG ping 100, rounded 3 XL, padding will be 8. Transform. Another div, give class name, position will be relative, bg rows 100, rounded 3xl, padding will be 4, for medium screen padding will be 8, transform, hover scale 105, transition all, duration 300. Let's create div, give class name, expect square, rounded 2xl, overflow will be hidden. Let's type image about, in alt type about image, give class name, width will be full, height will be full, object cover, object center. Now as you can see image here. Now after this div, let's create content section. Content section. Let's type div, give class name, space from y-axis will be 8. Another div, give class name, inline block. Another div, give class name, flex, item center, space from x-axis will be 3, bg rows 100, padding from x-axis will be 4, padding from y-axis will be 2, rounded full. Let's type fi award, give class name text rows 400, create an span tag, give class name, text will be sm, font will be semi bold, text rows 600. Let's type award winning Salon. Now as you can see it's present here. Then after this div, let's create h2 tag, give class name, text will be 4xl, for medium screen text will be 5xl, font will be bold, bg gradient to r, from red 600, 2 rows 500, bg clip text, text will be transparent. Let's type redefining beauty standards. Now it's present here. Then create a paragraph tag, give class name, text will be LG, text gray 600, leading relaxed. Let's type at beauty salon. We craft experiences that celebrate individually. Our master stylist combined technical expertise with artistic vision to reveal your most radiant self. Now as you can see it's present here. Then after this let's create feature grid. Let's type div, give class name, grid, grid calls 1, for smaller screen grid calls 2, gap will be 6, type features.map, here type feature comma index, create an arrow function. Let's type div, give key will be index, class name will be, padding will be 6, bg white, rounded xl, shadow will be sm, hover, shadow lg, transition all, duration will be 300, group. Let's close this, and here let's create div, give class name, flex, item center, space from x-axis will be 4, another div, give class name, padding will be 3, bg rows 50, rounded ka xl, group hover, bg rows 100, transition colors. Let's create an span tag, give class name, text rows 500, let's pass features dot icon. Now as you can see the icons are here. After this let's create div. Let's type h3 tag, give class name, text will be LG, font will be semi bold, text gray 800. Let's pass features dot title. And after this h3, let's create paragraph tag and pass feature dot description. Let's give paragraph class name, text will be SM, text gray 500. Now as you can see, it's present here. Now after this, let's close this and let's create services.jsx. Let's type RAFCE. Let's remove this and let's go to app component and import services. Now let's create services. Now see the scroll functionality is working fine. Let's copy this dummy data from the GitHub, paste it here. Now let's copy this and paste it here. After this, let's copy this and paste it here. This is the dummy data. Now let's create services. Remove this. Let's type section. Give ID will be services. Give class name. Padding from y-axis will be 20. BG gradient to be from a code to a code. Let's type div. Give class name, container, MX auto, padding from x-axis will be 4, for medium screen it will be 6, for larger it will be 8. Div, give class name, text will be center, margin bottom will be 16. H2 tag, give class name, text will be 3XL, for medium screen text will be 5XL, font will be dancing script, MB will be 4, PG gradient to R, from a code to a code, PG clip text. Let's type R beauty salon. Now as you can see, it's present here. R beauty services, change salon to services. After this, create a paragraph tag, type indulge in our exclusive beauty treatments crafted for royalty. Give class name to paragraph, text ember 800, max width will be 2XL, MX auto, text will be XL, font will be medium. Now as you can see, it's present here. Give font. Let's copy this dancing script and paste it here. After this div, let's create div, give class name grid. Grid calls 1. For smaller screen, grid calls 1. For medium, grid calls 2. For larger, grid calls 3. For XL, grid calls 3, gap will be 8. Now let's type show all services, else services dot slice 0, 6 dot map function. Let's type service. Let's create an arrow function. Let's remove this and add it here. Let's type div, pass key, services, service.id, give class name, group, position will be relative, BG ember, BG will be a code, rounded 2XL, shadow Excel, border 2, border ember 100, overflow hidden, transition all, duration will be 300, hover, border ember 200, hover, shadow will be 2XL, hover, minus translate from y axis will be 2. Now let's close this div. Now let's create another div. Give class name, position will be relative, height will be 72, overflow will be hidden. Div, give class name, position will be absolute, top will be 4, right will be 4, z index will be 10, bg white slash 30, backdrop blur sm, padding will be 2, rounded full. Now let's pass service dot icon. Now as you can see, the icons and card are here. Now let's pass the image, service dot image, and in alt type service dot title. Give class name, width will be full, height will be full, object cover, transform, transition transform, duration will be 500, group hover scale 110. Now as you can see the images. Now here add loading will be lazy. Now let's type div, give class name, position will be absolute, bottom will be 0, left will be 0, right will be 0, bg gradient to t, from black slash 70 to transparent, padding will be 4. Let's create placeholder for price. Let's create a span tag, give class name, bg ember 500 slash 90, text will be white, padding from x-axis will be 5, padding from y-axis will be 2, rounded full, text will be sm, font will be bold, shadow will be lg. Let's pass service dot price. Now as you can see the pricing are present here. Now after this div, let's create div, give class name, padding will be 6, another div, give class name flex, flex wrap, gap will be 2, margin bottom will be 3. Let's pass service dot tags dot map. Let's type tag, create an arrow function, give span tag, give class name, text bg ember 50, text will be ember 700, padding from x-axis will be 3, for y it will be 1, rounded full, text will be sm, font will be medium, border ember 200, hover ember 100, transition colors. Let's close this. Let's close this span tag and let's pass tags. As you can see the tags are present here. Now let's create h3 tag, give class name, text will be 2XL, font will be dancing script, margin bottom will be 2, text ember 800. Let's pass service dot title. After this let's create paragraph tag, give class name, text will be ember 600, leading relaxed, font will be medium. Let's pass services dot description. Now as you can see it's present here. Now after this div, let's create toggle button. Let's create div, give class name, flex, justify center, margin top will be 12. Let's create button, give class name, bg gradient to r, from ember 400 to ember 500, text will be black, padding from x-axis will be 8, padding from y-axis will be 3, rounded full. Hover, opacity will be 90, transition all, duration will be 300, hover, scale 105, shadow will be LG, shadow will be Ember 200, font will be bold, flex, item center, gap will be 2. After this, on click, let's type toggle service. Now let's create this function. After here, let's create const toggle services is equal to, let's create an arrow function. Type set show all, not show all. If not show all, then scroll more 500 comma smooth true. Now after this, show all, then show less, else show, then else explore more. Let's pass the icon gi flower 12. Class name will be width will be 5, height will be 5, animate pulse. Now the button is here, it's working fine. Now let's check the site. It's responsive till now. As you can see, the function is working fine. The React scroll is working fine till now. Now let's close this. Let's create contact.jsx. Let's type RAFCE. Let's go to app.jsx and import contact. Now let's create contact. Let's remove this. Let's type section. Let's type ID will be contact. Give class name. Padding from y-axis will be 20. BG yellow 50. Min height screen. Padding from x-axis will be 4. For smaller screen, padding from x-axis will be 6. For larger, it will be 8. Let's create div. Give class name. Container. MX auto. Max width will be 2 pixel. Let's create div. Give class name. Text will be center. Margin bottom will be 12. Let's create h2 tag. Give class name. Text will be 4 pixel. For smaller screen, text will be 5 pixel. Font will be bold. Margin bottom will be 4. Font will be Poppins. BG gradient to R. From yellow 500 to yellow 700. BG clip text. Text transparent. Let's type book your beauty session. Now, as you can see, it's present here. Now type paragraph tag. Let's type let us create your perfect beauty experience. Let's type class name. Text yellow 600. Text LG. For smaller screen, text will be Excel. Font will be medium. Now, as you can see, it's present here. After this div, let's create form. On click, handle. Let's create a state that is const error, comma set error is equal to use state. Give the value empty. Let's create const is submit. It's submitting. Let's copy this. Set is submitting is equal to use state. Give value false. Let's create const handle submit is equal to use callback function. Let's create an arrow function e dot prevent value, e for event, const validation errors is equal to validation for validate form. Now let's go to GitHub, copy this text and paste it here. Then if object dot keys validate form validate error validation errors, let's paste it here, dot length, then set error validate errors return, then here set error empty and set is submitting true. Now let's copy this handle submit and paste it here. Now let's give it a class name bg white, rounded 3xl, shadow will be xl, padding will be 6, for smaller screen padding will be 8, border 2, border from border yellow 100. Let's create div, give class name grid, grid calls 1, for medium screen grid calls 2, gap will be 4, for smaller screen gap will be 6. Let's create name field. Let's type div, give class name, position will be relative, group. Let's type fi user. Let's go here and search for fi user. Let's copy this as import statement and paste it here. Then here, then give class name, position will be absolute, left will be 4, top will be 4, text yellow 400, text will be XL. Let's close this. Let's create an input tag, type will be text, placeholder your full name, give value will be name, on change event, let's create an arrow function, set name, let's define some states, that is const name comma set name is equal to use state empty. Then let's copy this use state, and after this let's create const phone comma set phone is equal to, paste it here, const date comma set date is equal to, paste it here, then const time comma set time is equal to, paste it here, const is equal to use state. Let's copy this, selected services comma set selective service is selected services, make the S capital. Now here let's pass set name e dot target dot value, class name will be width will be full, padding from left will be 12, padding from right will be 4, padding from y axis will be 4, rounded XL, border will be 2, border from yellow 100, focus border yellow 400, focus ring 2, focus ring yellow 200, transition all, duration 300, placeholder yellow 300, text yellow 700, font will be medium. Now as you can see, it's present here. Then let's type auto focus. Let's type errors.name, and let's create an paragraph tag, give class name, text will be red 400, text will be SM, margin top will be 1, margin left will be 2, flex, item center, gap will be 1. Let's pass fi info, class name, inline, let's pass service, let's type errors dot name. Wait a second. Okay, it's errors. Make the state change to errors. Here in handle submit, change set error to errors. Now let's copy this div and paste it here. Change the icon to fi phone, change type to tel, placeholder will be changed to phone number, value will be changed to phone. Now let's remove this and let's type set phone e dot target dot value dot replace slash d slash g comma empty dot slice method 0 comma 10, so that it only takes 10 digits. Now change name to phone and here errors dot phone. Now as you can see, both are present here. Then let's type services section. Now let's copy this dummy data and paste it here. Import the memo as you can see. Now let's create div, give class name. For medium screen it will call span 2, label will be class name block, text will be yellow 700, text will be LG, font will be medium, margin bottom will be 3, for smaller screen margin bottom will be 4. Let's type select services. Let's create services tags. Let's type div, give class name flex, flex wrap, gap will be 2, margin bottom will be 4. Let's pass selected service dot map. Let's pass services is equal to an arrow function. Let's create an arrow function and let's type div, key will be service, class name will be flex, item center, BG yellow 100, rounded full, padding from x-axis will be 4, padding from y-axis will be 2, text SM, text yellow 700, font will be medium, transition all, hover, back BG yellow 200. Let's close this. Let's close the div here and then let's create a span tag. Let's pass service dot service. Let's create button, give class name type will be button. On click, let's create an arrow function. Now after this, let's type const toggle service is equal to use callback function. Service is arrow function. Set selected services previous an arrow function. Previous dot includes service, then previous dot filter s and arrow function s not is equal to services, then else dot preview comma service. Put a comma and array, empty array. Let's copy this and paste it here. Let's pass service. Let's type the class name. Margin left will be 2. Hover text will be yellow 900. Now let's pass fix. Give class name. Width will be 4. Height will be 4. Now after this div, let's create services grid options. Now let's create div. Give class name grid. Grid calls 1 for smaller screen. Grid calls 2 for medium. Grid calls 3. Gap will be 2 for smaller screen. Gap will be 3. Now let's pass services dot map service. Let's create an arrow function. Let's pass div. Let's create div. Key will be service. On click, let's create an arrow function. Toggle service. Let's pass service. Give class name. Let's backtick flex. Item center. Padding will be 4. Rounded XL. Cursor pointer. Transition all. Service selected service dot includes service, then BG yellow 500 text white, else text white, then here shadow will be LG, then else BG yellow 300, BG yellow 50, hover BG yellow 100. Then border 2, border yellow 100. Then let's close this div here, and now let's create another div. Give class name backtick flex string 0. Width will be 6, height will be 6, rounded MD, flex, item center, justify center. Now let's check service selected service dot includes service, then show BG white and text will be yellow 500, else BG yellow 200, text will be transparent. Now after this, let's pass fi check class name, margin left will be 3, text SM, font will be medium, and create a span tag. Let's pass service dot service. Give class name. Wait, copy this class name and paste it here. and remove this class name and type width will be 4, height will be 4. Now remove this div and close the div right here. Now after this, let's type errors.service and let's pass paragraph tag and give class name. Text will be red 400, text SM, margin top will be 2. Now in paragraph, let's pass services. Now it says selected service is not a function, dot map is not a function. Wait, make this an empty array. Now as you can see, it's present here. Now it's working fine. Now after this, let's create date. Let's paste it here. Change FI calendar. Change type will be date. Value will be date. Your full name. Remove placeholder. Then set date. Remove autofocus from here. From here to from phone section, you have to remove autofocus. Then here change errors.date and here errors.date. Then remove this icon from here as well as from the phone section. Now after this div, let's remove this parenthesis from both here and from phone. Now let's check this. As you can see, it's present here. Now let's copy this div and paste it here. Change icon to FA clock. Change type to time. Date will be changed to time. Set date will be changed to set time. Here error will be changed to time and this will be changed to time. Now as you can see, the time is present here. Now after this div, let's create submit button. Now let's type button, give type will be submit. Disabled is equal to is submitting. Give class name, backtick, width will be full, margin top will be 6, for smaller screen margin top will be 8, BG gradient to BR, from yellow 400 to yellow 600, text will be white, padding from Y axis will be 4, for smaller screen padding from Y axis will be 5, rounded XL, font will be bold, text will be base, for smaller screen text will be large, shadow will be large, hover, shadow, yellow 200, hover, scale 10, let's pass a value, transition all, duration will be 300, then after this let's check is submitting, then opacity will be 80, cursor not allowed, else empty. Make the backtick here. Now check is submitting, then schedule your appointment, else confirm booking. Now as you can see, it's present here. Now let's change set errors to errors. Here S was missing. Now let's copy this message. This will make the type where the message will be sent. How the message will be sent on your WhatsApp. Set time out. Let's create an arrow function. Window dot open. Let's type the HTTPS, the WhatsApp API for WhatsApp, for web WhatsApp. Here give your own number on which the message will be sent. Then text is equal to $message. Let's close this. Here the message will be sent as the message shown above. Let's pass blank. Now after this, once this done, set name empty. Wait. Then set phone empty. Then set selected service empty. Then set date will be empty. Then set time will be empty. After this, set selected service, set is submitting will be false, and set timeout. Let's create an arrow function. Window dot location dot reload. It will reload the page once the data is submitted in 3 seconds. Then in 1 second the timeout will be done. Let's pass name, phone, set selected services, date and time. Then validate form. Now let's check. Wait, it must be on submit, not on click. Now change this to pop-ins. Close the bracket here. Now it's working fine. The calendar and the timer. It's working fine. Now let's select some services. Let's give name Hexa, and phone number will be, it will take only 10 digits. Once we click on submit, it redirects to WhatsApp API. Now let's close this and let's create footer.jsx. Let's type RAFCE and then let's go to app component and import footer. Now let's create our footer. Now let's remove this and let's type footer. Give class name will be BG white, border T, border gray 800, make it 100. Div class name, container MX auto, padding from x-axis will be 4, padding from x-axis will be 6 for smaller, for larger it will be 8, padding from y-axis will be 8, for medium it will be 12. Div, give class name, grid calls 1, for medium screen grid calls 2, for larger screen grid calls 4, gap will be 8, for larger screen gap will be 12. Now let's create brand section. Let's create div, give class name, text will be center, for medium screen text will be left, for larger screen text will be center. For extra large, it will be in left. Let's create div, give class name, flex, justify center. For medium screen, justify start. For larger screen, justify center. For extra large, it will be justify start. Then item center, margin bottom will be 4. Let's create div, give class name, position will be relative, div. Let's close div right here. Let's give class name, position will be absolute, minus insert will be 2, bg ember 200, rounded full, blur, opacity will be 30. Now as you can see as background, then h3 tag, give class name, text will be 2xl. For larger screen, text will be 3xl, font will be bold, bg gradient to r from ember 500 to ember 700, bg clip text, text transparent, position will be relative. Let's type beauty salon. Now as you can see, it's present here. Then let's create a paragraph tag, give class name, text will be ember 600, text sm, leading relaxed, max width will be sm, make it sx. Then mx auto, for medium screen mx will be 0, for larger mx auto, and for extra large it will be mx0. Font will be medium. Let's type some paragraph, that is discover your natural glow with our premium beauty treatments and expert care. It's present here. Now after this div, let's create timing section. Now let's create div, give class name, for larger screen bottom 1, for larger screen padding from left will be 8, border gray 100. Let's create h4 tag, give class name, text will be LG, font will be semi bold, text gray 800, for margin bottom will be 4, text center, for medium screen text will be left. Let's type opening hours. Then after this h1 tag, let's create ul tag, give class name, space from y axis will be 2, text will be center, for medium screen text will be left. Let's create li tag, give class name, text will be gray 600, text will be sm. Then span tag, give class name, text gray, font will be medium. Now let's type Monday to Friday. After span tag, let's type 9 AM to 7 PM. Make M capital. Now remove the empty spaces, and now it's present here. Now copy this li tag and paste it 2 times. Here change it to Saturday, and timing will be 10 AM to 8 PM, and here it will be changed to Sunday, and timing will be changed to closed. Now as you can see, it's present here. Then after this div, let's create quick links section. Let's create div, give class name, text will be center, for medium screen text will be left. Create h4 tag, give class name, text will be LG, font will be semi bold, text ember 800, margin bottom will be 4, font will be Poppins. Now let's type explore. Now after this, let's create ul tag, give class name, space from y axis will be 3. Now let's create some text, that is home, comma, about, comma, services, comma, book appointment. Now type dot map function, link, let's create an arrow function, create div, create li tag, pass key will be link, class name, wait, let's close this, anchor tag, give hashtag, give class name, text ember 600, hover, text ember 800, transition all, flex, item center, justify center, for medium screen, justify start, group, text will be SM, font will be medium. Here, let's create span tag, give class name, BG ember 200, group hover, BG ember 300, width will be 1.5, height will be 1.5, rounded full, MR will be 2, transition, colors. Now let's pass links. Let's remove this link here. Let's close this span tag right here and let's pass link here in anchor tag. Now as you can see, the links are present here. After this div, let's create social media. Let's type div, class name, text center, for medium screen, text left, h4 tag, give class name, text will be LG, font will be semi bold, text ember 800, margin bottom will be 4, font will be Poppins. Then type connect with us. Now after h4 tag, let's type div, class name, flex, justify center, for medium screen, justify start. For space from x-axis will be 4, for larger screen it will be 5. Now let's create some text, dummy data, that is icon. Let's pass fi Instagram, give class name, backtick, width will be 5, height will be 5. Let's close this. Now let's go to React icons and type fi Instagram. Let's copy this import statement and paste it here. Now after this, let's put a comma and pass color will be BG ember 500. Now let's copy this and paste it here. Let's change icon to fi Facebook and change color to 500 to 600. Now dot map function. Now let's pass social comma index and let's create an arrow function. Let's create anchor tag, hashtag, give key will be index. Now let's pass social dot icons. Now let's give class name, backtick, padding will be 2.5, rounded full, text will be white. Let's check social, let's pass social dot colors, hover, scale 110, transition transform, duration will be 300, shadow SM, hover, shadow will be ember 200. Now as you can see, the icons are present here. Now after this div, let's create copyright divider. Now let's create div, give class name, border T, border ember 100, margin top will be 8, for larger screen margin top will be 12, padding from top axis will be 6, for larger it will be 8, text center. Let's create paragraph tag, give class name, text SM, text ember 600, font will be medium, margin bottom will be 2. Let's give a Unicode and type new date function dot get full year. Let's type beauty salon dot all right reserved. Then anchor tag, Let's go to Chrome, search for hexagondigitalservices.com. Let's copy this link and paste it here. Then target will be blank and rel will be no opener and non-referrer. Then class name will be inline block, hover, text purple 700, text will be SM, font will be Poppins, then BG gradient to R from Ember 500 to Ember 600, PG clip text, text transparent, hover, scale 105, transition transform. Then here let's type designed with FI heart, class name, text Ember 400, inline, MX 0.5. Let's type by Hexagon Digital Services. Now as you can see, let's close this. Now as you can see, it's present here. Now the whole site is ready. As you can see, it's fully responsive for any devices. Now let's check. It is responsive for every device. Now let's check or test the contact form. Type hexa, give any random number. Now select date, select time. Now submit. Now it's open this WhatsApp. So it's working fine. Now let's host this site using Vercel. First, publish this repository as public on GitHub. It will take some time. Then let's go to GitHub. Now go to the repository, that is Beauty Salon. Now let's copy this link, go to Vercel. Now let's open this. Let's go to add new project. Go to import third party Git repository. Let's paste the link copied. Press continue. It will ask whether it's public or private repository you want. The name should be in small and must not match the previous name. Let's press creating and it will start creating. Now it will take some time. Okay, it's all created. Go to dashboard. Now as you can see, your site, and this is your link. Now as you can see, the site has this link. Now when we refresh, it comes to contact. Now let's define use effect. Let's create an arrow function, window dot scroll to zero comma zero. Now put a comma and empty array. Now let's copy this and let's go to the Vercel repository. that is beauty salon. Here let's go to src, let's go to app.jsx, let's update here, this here. To update it, just commit the changes, go to dashboard, it will show you upcoming changes here. Now it will take some time. Yes, it's now ready. Refresh this. It's done. Now when you refresh it, let's check. It says use effect is not defined. Let's define use effect here. Put a comma, type use effect, and let's close this. Let's commit again. Now it will take some time again. It will show the upcoming changes. Now the changes are done. When we refresh, it takes us to top of the site. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more updates.